Right, guys, this is question 7 on the A-Level Paper 2 2022, and it is all about the divisions of the nervous system. Now, it's a 6 marker, which means that there's going to be a certain expectation of detail here. So we are looking for an answer that covers all the different areas of the human nervous system. So we'd be looking for knowledge of the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system, how they're broken down into things like the brain and spinal cord, but also the somatic and the autonomic nervous system, alongside being able to name the different divisions of the nervous system. There also needs to be some explanation of what the different areas do or what the different divisions do as well. So if you consider breadth and depth, you should be aiming to name all of the divisions of the nervous system, and then you should also be aiming to provide some detail on either all of those different areas or at least some of those different areas in terms of what their function is within the human nervous system. Okay, so pause the video if you want to have a go at this yourself, and let's jump in with a model answer. So we'll start off right at the beginning. The nervous system is divided into 2 main parts. That is the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system, it consists of the brain and the spinal cord, with then a little bit of detail on what both of those things are. So moving on to the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is further divided into the somatic and the autonomic nervous system. Great. And then what does the somatic nervous system do? Well, it controls voluntary movements by transmitting sensory and motor information to and from the central nervous system. There's a mark. And the autonomic nervous system regulates involuntary functions such as heart rate and digestion. There is your 4th mark. Okay, the fact that it is divided into the sympathetic and parasympathetic branches is handy for the next little bit, because we now have the fight or flight response, which the sympathetic branch is responsible for, and the parasympathetic branch is then all about the rest and digest response. It helps calm the body and conserve energy after the threat has passed. There is your 6th mark. Okay, so a reasonable amount of detail, 6 pieces of information is kind of the rule of thumb. Arguably, there's another little bit of information in here that I could have given a mark for. So I could have said the peripheral nervous system is further divided into the somatic and autonomic nervous system. So I could say there is a mark there as well. But obviously that would give it 7 marks rather than 6, so I'm just going to get rid of that again. So, there is potentially a little bit of information there that you could take out, but an answer like that kind of covers all of the basics and adds detail as well, just to show any examiner that you know what you're talking about. Okay, so just from the top, you have the 2 main parts, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. It's okay to abbreviate, by the way, as long as you write it out first, and then just make your way through each division of the nervous system, providing a little bit of information on what each of them does. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. I hope that's all made sense.